Hi friends, my name is Tatiana and welcome to my new YouTube channel. On my Instagram I received a message from one of my friends, a young artist. Her name is Rose, and she asked for advice. She sent me this picture. It's imaginary landscape, and she said she felt that something is wrong with that landscape, and she asked me what kind of corrections she can do to get it better. So I was trying to explain everything in my message to her, but then I realized it's gonna be much easier for me to record a video for her and maybe for you who have the same difficulties with the imaginary landscape. Okay, Rose, what we have here? We have first of all, your horizon line almost divides our paper on two halves, which is not really good. You need to remember it when you draw your composition. And I'm going to redraw your composition first, and then I will make some changes. So you have two trees in your imaginary landscape, and these two trees are almost the same. That's I think the main problem. So also you have the cast shadow from that tree, and actually I like it because it helps the viewer like entry your landscape. It's a very very good way to help the viewer enter in your to be here in your painting. Okay, it's about us. So here is like the way. It's again, I like it. It's a good part of the composition. And here we have water and probably some background trees, some bushes or forest, or maybe it's mountains over there. And it's very confusing when I look on that second tree. It's kind of confusing. I don't understand where the trunk, exact place of the trunk. It's kind of confusing. You need to make it more clearly. Probably I would put it here. Okay, let's lower the horizon line first. So I don't like the dividing on two halves. And also we need to make these two trees, we need to make them different. Of course, you can draw that tree from your imagination if you like if you know you like this way. But even for me, I have like 30 years of experience painting on a plein air. Even for me, sometimes it's kind of difficult to draw a tree from imagination. So what I would do, I would go to Pinterest, and I will find some examples of different tree shapes, something like that. For example, I like this one. I'm gonna save it. Then I like this one. This one could be useful for that small tree. So do some research. Find the shape of the tree you really like, or you can combine, you know, different shapes, and you can make your own imaginary tree. This one like we have here in Nevada. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna use my another iPad. And actually, Rose, this is advice for you. I noticed the texture on your paper. It seems like you are using the canson, but try not the textured side. Try to paint on another side, another different side of this paper. It's smooth, it's nice and smooth, and this is my preference, but I really like it. So because sometimes this texture is confusing. Okay, what we have here? Okay, I'm gonna use this tree. I'm gonna use this tree for that part of my painting, your painting actually, Rose, and this tree could be useful for that smaller tree. Okay, and I'm gonna I'm gonna put with just below charcoal, I'm gonna put my darkest part of that tree, and this tree trunk, it's kind of boring. It's better to, you know, correct the shape. You know, the main rule of composition is everything needs to be different. So try it, make it more interesting. So that could be the cast shadow from that tree. I would make it thicker. I just broke my charcoal because I like to use this kind of side. And here we have a nice contrast on that tree trunk. Actually, you see that mountains looks almost the same like it's in your imaginary landscape. It's cool. Some branches. This is like those distance mountains. And probably here it's gonna be like the height of that tree. You know what? Let's give that start of the tree here. Let's place it in that area. Maybe the cast shadow of that tree. And let's make the whole shape of the foliage. And again, don't draw both trees so vertical. Make it, you know, interesting. So then values. You need to understand from the beginning where you're going to be your darkest dark. Where is going to be your focal point. Usually, in your focal point, you need to put your strongest contrast. So probably my focal point. My focal point could be in two places. Here, where we have very strong contrast and its shadow, or you remember the rule of thirds. If you divide this side of the paper on 3 parts and this side of the paper on 3 parts, in those 4 dots, let me use the pastel sticks to show you these 4 dots. It's a nice spot for your focal point. So probably I will do my focal point here, but I kind of lost my contrast here. All there, but this tree is gonna be almost a suggestion. So this is your main character. This is the secondary character. Okay, those values, the distance mountains and this foliage, they don't try to draw them in that way that they are not going to be compete with each other. So this is the going to be your darkest dark, or here, but this is going to be like middle value or even lighter. Okay, so that's how I would correct your composition. Then we may start with the color. I can use for the beginning that very cheap Chinese pastel sticks. It's like kind of $7 or $8 for that box, but it's a great way to start even on that not expensive paper. Okay, let me start with the problem of this set. There is no strong dark colors. But I'm gonna use like purple, or let me have my I'm gonna have my purple for my darkest dark. And I have a very nice set of Sennelier Paris collection. Remember those I recommended that set to you. And in this set they have a very nice dark green. I think it's $1.79. I always use it when I need dark gray green. So any dark green would be helpful to establish your darkest dark. And I will go. You have like almost full autumn colors, so I'm gonna follow your color atmosphere. So my first attempt was to use like something green, but still I have a reference. As a reference, I have your painting. I'm gonna try to work in your color preferences. The closest, the color on the closest tree are always warmer than the tree that in the distance. So for the distance, we can try to avoid any warm color. And probably we'll go with this kind of middle value gray-green. Maybe a touch of warm. something like that. And I don't want here value contrast. Usually the sky is the most, especially here close to horizon, the sky is more lightest. No, it's not really light color. I want something like pinkish, just close to horizon line. Tree holes, like we see sky through the trees. This is the reflection in the water from the sky. And then I'm going up using like turquoise, light turquoise. And then something different. Let's make a nice and smooth transition between those two colors. And even something darker than that one. Let me find something darker. It's too gray. I don't want to paint very bright blue sky. I always to compare in my hand. Oh, I think it's my work. So when you paint around trees, make sure you have those sky holes. It's very important. Otherwise, the tree will look like it just was cut and paste. Okay, and you can use the same, actually almost the same colors in your water. Usually reflection, it's a little bit darker than the sky. And I need to make a difference, the area of the water and the area of that grass and that pathway. So I will go brighter here since it's our foreground. Let's make it brighter. since you probably were trying to paint like autumn. And tree trunk, it could be even lighter than the grass here. I'm gonna add more contrast, just paint around this tree trunk. And even can do even darker. And also I can paint around this grass, not around, between. Our second tree. And make sure the cast shadow, since we have like a sunlight, the cast shadow gonna be a cool color. In your painting, the cast shadow is almost the same color like your tree trunk. So make sure it's different and make sure it's a cool color. Because usually when the light is warm, sunlight is usually warm color, the cast shadow is going to be cool color. And we're gonna use something like this. At least for now. Maybe I will correct it later. And the pathway, let me find the color, maybe even lighter, maybe two of them. I will correct the pathway a little bit because I feel like it needs to be this way, not from here, but from that left corner. Also, I can move the tree trunk a little bit to the left. You see, it's all about the correction. Okay, let's work on that distant mountains. I would do it with like maybe purple. and light turquoise color, because I don't want them to be really visible. Let's find some turquoise, maybe a little bit darker. But in the same time, I need to do like a suggestion of that shore. So I used purple, light turquoise, and kind of light warm neutral green. Maybe we can give a suggestion of some sunlight over there. Okay, and for the foreground, let's be brave. Put some nice strokes of color. Here is that shadow is too flat. Let me put some maybe red. The opposite color in the color wheel is red. The opposite color to the green, to that green. Maybe some red color on the tree trunk. I really like to put some green on top of that warm fall color. Maybe some red as well. That was my first attempt to put that green. And I don't want this tree to be very symmetrical. Remember, everything needs to be different. And some small stones. Some sticks in that grass. You see, I used like pink color here in the sky area, and here in my foreground as well. That makes the color in your painting more, interesting. Contrast here. The best way to check our painting for mistakes to look through your smartphone. So I noticed that here I have a flat area, so I need to put some different color, maybe some pink, maybe some blue color. Right now it's much better. Also, I have like 3 spots here with just dark green. I don't like it, so I'm gonna put different greens. Let me find something. I also can correct with the sky color. Can correct these shapes. And this is mountain color. And I don't like this spot, so I'm just making these sky holes. But be careful, don't make too many of them. This is much better. Actually, it's a little bit confusing. So I decided my source of light goes from that side. Don't be afraid of color. The only thing, try to get your values correct. This is our main task. Okay, Rose. I hope you will find this video helpful. If yes, please share it with your friends. And my dear friends, if you like this video, if you also find this video useful, please give me your likes, push the share button. It will be much appreciated from my side. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you soon here on my channel. Once again, my name is Tatiana. Bye!